The portrait of a lady. The grandmother's appearance and personality. So one of the major point of this chapter is the narrator describes grandmother as old, wrinkled, and deeply religious. She has a religious personality. She had a serene and contented personality, engaged in prayers and caring for her grandson. So she was attached to the writer, that is the grandson, and she tries to make him more religious. The bond between the grandmother and the narrator. There is a bond or a strong relationship between the grandmother and the narrator. In his childhood, the narrator was very close to his grandmother. She used to take care of him, waking up, get him ready for the school, and accompany him to the village school. So she used to take care of him, make him get up and go to the school, where she spent time reading scriptures. So she was waiting for him. When the school was over, she used to take him away. But during that time, she used to read scriptures. Change in the relationship. Now there is a turning point that when they moved to the city, their bond weakened. The relationship faded. The narrator started going to an English school, and his grandmother could no longer accompany him. So he shifted the school, and now he was going to English school, and the grandmother was not able to accompany him. She disapproved his modern education because she was religious and she did not like the subjects of science and music, especially subjects like science and music, which was taught in this new school in the modern type of education. Grandmother's loneliness and devotion to God. So, as the eventually chapter progresses, we come to know that grandmother is feeling very lonely, and she's getting more and more involved to prayer and such sort of thing. The devotion to God increases, enhances. As the narrator grew older, the grandmother became more isolated. She is feeling that agony of alienation or isolation. She spent most of her time spinning the wheel, that is the charkha, reciting prayers and feeding sparrows, finding solace in her religious devotion. So when there is a gap there between the relationship, that is the writer and the grandmother, she tries to fill that gap by involving activities like spinning of the wheel, that is charkha in Indian system, and reciting prayers. She also used to feed the sparrows and find solace in religious devotion. The grandmother's death and mourning by the sparrows. At the end of the chapter, we come to know that grandmother is no more, and the sparrows whom she used to feed, they have come for mourning. Before her death, she sensed that the end was near and spent her last hours praying. She spent most of her time for praying. After her peaceful demise, thousands of sparrows gathered in the morning around her body, showing their silent grief by refusing to eat or chew. So this, when she was no more, the sparrows whom she used to feed, they came to mourn over her body, and there was a pin of silence. And when the writer saw that when the people they gave anything to eat, the birds did not eat. They did not. They refused to eat. Another way around, or chirp also, and that is they was also mourning over her death. So this is what this chapter is all about. Now let's understand the next chapter. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. So this is a chapter by Gordon Cook and Ellen East. The Sea Adventure. The story revolves around a sea voyage that turns perilous when a storm strikes. So it is about a sea voyage, and that turns dangerous, perilous, dangerous when a storm strikes. So this the family had gone to a sea voyage, and they have to confront a storm. So how they overcome the thing? The teamwork and determination. That is, the crew work together. Okay, and they try to survive this despite severe conditions. So much of the difficult the atmosphere, they try to overcome that thing because of teamwork and determination. Optimism in crisis. The narrator remains hopeful, especially for the sake of his family. That the thing when he asks the sign, the children, especially the girl is getting hurt, but she says she's not worried. And the boy says that, Father, we are not afraid to die if we die together. That is what is chapter about. We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. So this gives him an optimism in crisis, and for the sake of the family, he tries to overcome the thing. That is because of this, the family bond, he gets more strength to overcome difficulty. The bond between the narrator and his family became a source of strength. So the family bond was one of the major source of strength to him to overcome this calamity. Overcome fear. Another thing, that the fear of death, or fear of succumbing to this disaster, he was able to fight it because of two things. One is optimism, and second thing is this family bond. Despite the terrifying circumstances, the family and the crew show resilience and courage to survive. So the credit also goes to family and the crew. So how he overcome, because of the support of his family and the crew members. So that is the major point. See adventure, teamwork, optimism, power of family bond, and finally it culminated on his overcoming the fear. Next chapter, discovering Tut. The saga continues by A.R. Williams. Tutankhamun discovery. The chapter discusses about discovery of the tomb of Tutankhamun by Howard Carter 1922. So how Howard Carter discovers the tomb in 1922. The curse of Tut. There is a legend about a curse that affected those involved in the tomb's discovery. There is a passing legend that a curse has fell on this involved in the tomb discovery. There is a curse that if anybody is doing anything with the this mummy or the of Tut, then much disaster, calamity will befall. Historical significance. The discovery is important for the understanding ancient Egyptian history and culture. In this chapter, we understand Egyptian history and culture. Tut's early death. The mystery surrounding the untimely death of the young king, is also explored. How he is dying at the age of 13 or so. New research. Modern research and technology help reveal more about King Tut and his reign. With the help of modern research and technology, they are able to get more information about King Tut and his reign. How he ruled his regime. That is the modern technology such as CT scan and X-ray and all that stuff has been mentioned in the chapter. The Adventure by Jayant Tandikar. Now let's see about this chapter. Here we can explore the chapter into 5 points: scientific journey, time travel, casual paradoxes, exploration of science and fiction, and impact of actions. The adventure. Here we come to know that there could be another universe also, which we have not come across, and the catastrophe theory, the mass plan theory have been explained here in this chapter. So scientific journey. The story involves a scientist who embarks on a journey that leads to strange and unexpected consequences. He embarks on a journey and where he is able to experience some strange thing. This concept of time machine or time travel is the main theme of this chapter. The theme of time travel is explored, where the protagonist goes back in time. So, whether you can go in future or you can go in past, that is time traveling. And here we come to know the protagonist. He goes back to the time in the past. Casual paradoxes. The narrative explores paradoxes and dilemmas related to time travel and causality. What are the other paradoxes that happens here, especially when it goes to history and changes the history in the library? Exploration of science and fiction. The story emerges scientific concept with imaginative fiction. So here science is also there, imagination is also there. Impact of action. The protagonist realizes that even small actions can have profound and lasting effects on time and reality. That even a little bit action can have effect on time and reality, and that is the theme of this chapter. Last chapter of this book, Hornbill, Silk Road by Nicholas Roy Rich. This Silk Road. Now, Silk Road was, you see, the route engaging in trade during early times. in the past. Historical Silk Route. The chapter describes the ancient Silk Road and its significance in global trade. That is important. How global trade was conducted or held in this through this Silk Road. Culture exchange. The route facilitated the exchange of goods, ideas, and culture between East and West. So, the amalgamation of East and West was possible due to this sort of culture exchange that happened on this Silk Road because the help of this Silk Road. Journeys and adventures. The book recounts the travel adventures of people along the Silk Road. How it's a totally adventure to go around this route. The role of trade. The flow of silk, spices, and other valuable goods play a major role in shaping civilization. How silk started coming and from this part of the country to other, the spices were exchanged, and the goods they also play a major role in this civilization development. So, role of trade was good in shaping civilization. Modern connection. The chapter emphasizes how the legacy of Silk Road continues to influence modern connections between countries. So it is a legacy that is coming from the past, the Silk Road, and because of that, we are connected. The countries got connected, especially today. What we find the connections, the modern connection between countries is due to this legacy of Silk Road.